Okay. I'll do another mention. Let's get into. Actually, hold on. Before I get into it, good night, you guys are good. I thought maybe I could get another person in the squad. The sniper squad, however, is getting very close. As we can see here, we just need like 460 more XP, and then I can give them their first either unique person or another slot, finally, to use. We're attacking. Okay. Famast is Accusat. I see. Let me get some engineering stuff going on here, though. But yeah, in GTA, though, over the years, I've seen like some of the probably the craziest hacks in that game out of any game I've seen and stuff, ranging from being able to drop a shit ton of money and all that to, as I said, spawning anything, but people like spawning UFOs, made them drivable, which in that game they aren't, and then they proceeded to teleport everyone. And then I'm still shocked to even think about it now that there's actually, if you're dedicated enough to hacking, you can make it to kick someone out of a single player game. And I think the only way that was countered, since Rockstar infamously doesn't have the best anti-cheat protection, the only way that they really ever countered that crap was through freaking I think Rockstar patched it, but the other way was turning off your online connection and all that. I think that was how they did it, what I remember. It's pretty nuts, though, and all that. Damn, we got bombed out. That's tragic. I know that typically, in any game that has guns, there's always, like, the aimbot, but it's so interesting to see, like, the different levels of aimbot, because you got, like, the subtle one that's slightly, like, you got the one that snaps onto players and stuff, and all that, when they're in visible view of your character. Then you have the ones that are blatant, where it snaps onto any player that's, like, not, that you can't visibly see. Like, even behind the walls, you'd still snap to it. Like, if there's anyone behind a wall, you'd snap to them and you'd stay locked on and all that, no matter where they moved. And then you got the soft ones, where it drags a little bit if you're aiming over a player, so it sounds obvious. Like, if I'm moving this fast, let's say there's an enemy right there, and moving this fast, and then it'd slow down a little bit, and then it'd go fast again, slow down a little bit, and go fast again. That's a more subtle aimbot one. And some people even combine that with, like, stuff like X-rays and all that, but typically, I've noticed that aimbotters don't use, like, the X-ray tech, because obviously if you're asking, hey, are you cheating? Please record your screen. It becomes very fucking obvious the millisecond it's turned on, because you see the outlines of enemy hitboxes. But usually aimbotters run X-rays, or they don't. Like, I'd say it's 50-50 from everything I've seen in my entire time gaming and all of that. Then you have freaking Zona game Dead by Daylight, which also infamously doesn't have the best anti-cheat out there. I remember seeing there's something called a Terminator bot in that game, where someone's using full cheats to know where you're at all times and can one-shot down you as the killer. I gotta say, it is nutty facing that, because I actually did end up facing him on, like, my second game back and all that a few months ago and stuff. Switch to HE. My man's cannot aim. We don't have a commander? Why? afraid of pushing up because of this guy, if I'm being honest. But yeah, there's just like so many crazy cheats that you can see in various games throughout history and all that. But then you also have like the goofy ones too, where people have you wear like custom outfits and all that, and they don't do much more than that. They might levitate you, and they might have some erotic emotes and stuff, but they don't really go above that and stuff. You know? Yeah, I hesitated there as a KV2 and all that. Freaking... Okay, I want to do the normal spawn point, not the APC and all that. Yeah, I know this game also has its fair bit of cheats and all that, but weirdly enough, it seems like the community isn't willing to admit that. I'm guessing that's because Gajin probably has a better anti-cheat than those other games I've said and stuff, you know?
Our forces are taking the control point.
Like, normally you would have stuff like, freaking... like, I know the anti-cheats that most companies use are pretty light and all that. But I think Gajin probably goes harder on it. I know the fastest they do it, though, is if you have, like, exploited gold, they definitely shut that shit down immediately. I know most companies do that if you have, like, exploited money, especially if it's a premium currency. But I think Gajin does it the fastest if you float it. Like, if you never talk about having the exploited currency, they don't ever really come after you. But the moment you do it, I see those people get bodied all the time and stuff. Or people saying, what happened to all my currency that I totally bought? I have, like, just a ridiculous amount and all that. You know? It's fucking wild. Yeah, I think Gajin has a pretty tight handle, though, when it comes to all that cheating nonsense, I feel like. Like, dude, it's obviously still, at the end of the day, it's still a free game, so obviously there's still going to be, like, cheats and all of that exist, you know? But they're doing their best. Definitely a lot more than some other games I've seen. But I know stuff in, like, Dead by Daylight and, other games. I'm trying to think of Fortnite. I've seen it. I played that a little bit. What's up, man? You see, like, all these cheaters running these free games. I mean, it makes sense. I know Tarkov's, like, an infamous one. But developers say that they do ban cheaters because they know they'll buy the game, which is why they don't ban their, like, IP being their home address and all that for the internet. Because IP bans are usually reserved for, like, the worst of cheaters and all that, I think, in any instance. And I know a lot of companies aren't willing to go that far to get rid of one person permanently. I know Rainbow Six Siege went free, but even before it went free, it freaking had a cheating problem. And it wasn't exactly a secret. That's just because Ubisoft, you know, their anti-cheat software isn't the best. Even at the peak of even at their prime, it still wasn't the best. I know For Honor also had a cheating issue, and I myself have actually ran into a scripter or two. If you don't know what a scripter is, it's someone who, in For Honor, at least terms, it's someone who has a set of scripts that automatically react perfectly to whatever your opponent throws. So if they did an attack, the script would read it and, like, do a dodge at the perfect time or a parry. The script only reads the input, though. It doesn't read, like, how long the input is. So stuff like attacks that take longer than normal if you hold down to charge it. So, like, if I had this sword and I swung it, and then I could swing it again but hold it for a second before it hits, that stuff would fuck with scripts, and that's how you find out if someone's scripting or not, usually, in those games. You know? Interesting. Our team's doing pretty well, I think. We're losing quite a bit of lives, but if we can capture it now, we can probably win this. Yeah, I'm just not doing so good and all that. I don't know if I can heal up before it gets to me. We'll see. Interesting. I've noticed, and this might just be me being biased or a pattern, but every time I spawn on the right side, the same person's on the right side with me. And if I spawn on the right and go to the left, I'm followed to the left by that person. If I spawn on the left, that person's also on the left side and all of that. And this is happening quite a bit and all of that. Like, I'm definitely noticing a pattern here and all that.
Our forces are taking the control point.
Brother. There's an enemy on the right side now. Yeah, if I had a sword, I'd been fine. I want to see if I can just lie low down here on the right side for a little bit and maybe sneak past them. So that person's holding that one angle consistently for one person?
Our team started capturing a control point.
Okay, that person was killed. Okay. I think when you pick up a gun, it takes up like the lowest ammo, doesn't it? And all that. So let's see, does this guy stand on the right side? I wonder. I'm assuming he might just be doing the same thing as me, and that's every time he dies, he switches the side up. And all that. Okay. He's on here on the right side. He knows there's people on the right side at least now. And all that. Makes sense, because I believe most of our people are attacking from the right and all that. I'm gonna go to the, maybe I'm gonna go down middle this time, honestly. And all that.
Soldier, return now. Our mission is to hold our position. You must return to the battle.
Damn. I'm not really going down the middle though, so maybe going down middle is the best choice here. I know that's their friend and all that, so it's definitely a two-man doing this and all that. I think I'll split middle, favoring the left side here and all that. Interesting. I went middle, and he comes to middle. I go right, he goes right. In the rare cases, I go left, he goes left. Hell of a coincidence is all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I think I'm gonna see if I can sneak off on the left side here then. Because I think it might be a little bit less protected than the other sides and all of that.
Our forces are taking the control point. Well done, men. Let's attack the next position.
Good, we capture the objective. I might be able to sneak off on the left side here then. Which is, of course, on the right side if you're from the objective one. And actually get it and stuff. That's just unfortunate. Hey. Let's see here. Gonna go push on the left side here and all that. Again, I'm gonna see if I can flank around and maybe get some rally points and all that. Well, hopefully, assuming there's any belt, that is.
Our mission is to hold our position.
Our mission is to hold our position, bitch. It's to capture the objectives and make our position more tenable. Damn. APC. If I knew that, I probably wouldn't have went for it over there. I just think there has to be something I can do on the left side here to make it easier for our team, though. And all that. I know this isn't like the best rally point that exists, but it's better than nothing and all that. I do need some more rally score here and all that. I go left. Now he's on the left. Okay. Like, because of every person being killed by, I'm recognizing Anomi the most and all that. Because one of the great things about being a human is that we have something built in called pattern recognition and all that. It's when you start recognizing a pattern after a few times. You need as few as 2 samples to do it. And all that, of course, to form any kind of mental pattern on anything that exists and all that. But now he's killing me and I'm on the right. I'm like, keeping in mind, because now it's been right, left, right, left. I think this is now the 5th time in a row he's been on the side he's killed me on when I switch sides and all that. Like, he sure seems to love switching as often as I do, despite all this coming from one direction or the other. You think a person would just stand on the side where most of the enemies are coming from and defend it, you know? I mean, it'd make the most sense for score and kills and all that and stuff. Okay, that was another one on the right. Which, honestly, a lot of us are coming from the right. Not all of us are coming from the left, though. I'm gonna spawn here on the left, then see if I can maybe do some overarching fire. Okay, that was just a bad APC placement, honestly. I hope that one guy didn't see me and all that. Kills there. Damn. I think that was pretty good, though, with what I did there, killing a lot of him, though. Alright, now I'm on the right here. Let's see what I can do. That was just unfortunate. Looking at my dreams of pushing on the far left and maybe building a rally point that our team can benefit from. Aw, damn. That plane crashed. That's sad. I think the beautiful thing here, though, is that with this plan, is that there's, like, literally no reason for the enemies to be on the left side, because I think we are mostly all pushing from the right.
Back to the battlefield, soldier. Our mission is to hold our position.
Did I get that right? No, most of it's pushing from the left or whatever the fuck it is and all that. The side I'm going on is the one we're not pushing that hard, so, you know. It'd be a little bit weird to see more than like 1 or 2 enemies out here, if any.
Our forces are in
Just due
position.
to the nature of the flank. And yet, despite that, I am just one squad. All of our allies are pushing on this side, and this dude came all the way over here and killed me when I was going behind cover to build a rally point. And that is now the 6th time he's changed sides when we met each other. Like, it's just one hell of a coincidence that when I go right, he goes right. I go left, he goes left. I go right, he goes right. I go right again, he goes right again. I choose to stay still for 20 seconds. I pop up, he kills me because he's watching the corner, which fair play. Then I decide to finally go left after a few rights, and he's on the left side with me at that same time. and all of that. So, you know, just one big coincidence that almost every single time I switched, that person was on the same side as me.
We've taken too
I
many
say
casualties.
almost because I think
We
like
lost this battle.
25% of them, that person wasn't on the side. This person got best engineer, conservation victory, the range master. Who got best builder? Oh, that's our teammate, Solar Gangsta. Yeah, this dude's carrying.